What's going on, guys? I've got here a 2012 Nissan Versa, and I'm using this car to show you how to change your brake light switch, your stop light switch. I'm also going to show you where you can find the fuse for the brake lights. So to begin, we're going to look behind this cover here. This is where you will find the fuse for the hatchback Versa. So we just pry this open and it will hinge outward like so. There is a fuse puller that you may find handy right here. You just pull it out. And for the hatchback Versa, the fuse all the way on the lower right, that 10 amp fuse right there, that is what provides power for your brake light switch. So we just pull that out. And as you can see, this is what a good fuse looks like. Now, this particular Versa that I'm looking at happens to be the sedan. The sedan's fuse for the brake lights is under the hood. So let's go take a look at that. Bit more difficult to get to. We've got to remove this upper cover piece. We accomplish that by pushing in on the tab here and lifting up. And these two tabs we squeeze together and lift up. Now keep in mind, you may have to flex this upper piece in order to completely remove this fuse box cover. Setting that aside, we've got another thing to contend with. This fuse box assembly / computer has to come up. So there's a tab here that we pry over, and then another tab here that we pry over. At that point, we can pull this piece up and out. Now the fuse for the brake lights on this Nissan Versa sedan, it's gonna be this 10 amp fuse right here. So if after you check your fuse and the fuse is good, if you want to replace the brake light switch, you start by, on the driver's side of course, we go down to where the brake pedal is. So if we follow the brake pedal upward, we're gonna find two switches. The brake light switch is the one on the left. And you can see when you push on the brake lever moves away from the switch and it allows a plunger to come out. This is how the brake lights come on. Now, in order to replace this switch, what you do is you rotate it counterclockwise. Before you do that, make a note of how much gap there is between the brake pedal lever and the switch itself. So you rotate this counterclockwise about 45 degrees and the brake pedal switch will come right out. So it'll slide out like so. Now with the switch out, we can disconnect it from the electrical system by pushing in on the tab here, and the switch will come away from the connector. You'll want to inspect the terminals, make sure that they're clean, free of corrosion and not burnt out. Now when you have your new switch, first step is to click it on. And at this point, the brake light should be on this vehicle because the plunger is out. When I push the plunger back in, the brake light should go off. Now we install this into the bracket. And you can lock this in at many different positions. If you lock it in too far back, your brake lights may always be on, even when you're not hitting the brakes. If you push it too far forward and lock it, the brake lights might not come on until you've pushed a little harder on the brake pedal. So you'll want to find a happy medium where the brake lights are not on until you just begin to press the brake pedal. So yeah, I hope that this information was helpful to you. Please do let me know if you guys have any questions, or more importantly, any advice about the brake lights on the Nissan Versa.